Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Believe TV. And hey, I see people are already tuning in. Hi, Miss Renita. Good to see you. Um, Thank you all so much for joining. Anyone who is joining, um, I so much to talk about, so much that I want to share with you guys today. And hopefully, it won't take too long. Also, my dear friend from Hamburg, Germany, Miss Karen. Hello to you and hugs to everyone. Uh, all my friends over there in Europe. Um, so, welcome to Believe TV. If you're tuning in for the very first time, this is an interactive forum where we encourage you to join in the conversation and you can comment below if you're joining us here on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, I think you can also comment there. I just won't see it until after the program, but feel free to comment. Hey, Miss Reagan, I was hoping you would show up. um, so good to see you. Um, so much stuff going on in my life right now. It is just bonkers crazy. And I'm going to be sharing some of that stuff with you. But just want to let you guys know that if you're, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on replay, it's all good. We still encourage you to comment and give your feedback. Really, really appreciate that. Um, my daughter, whoops, I just called you, forgot you were live. It's all good, baby. I'm just glad that you're okay. Um, that's my oldest daughter, Kayla. She is traveling right now. She just made it safely to her destination, where she's going to be for the next few days anyway, before she moves on to her larger destination. So happy to know that she arrived safely and all that's good. Um, Miss Reagan said, excited about the summer. Me too. Me too. To, well, actually, the last 2 days have been kind of like these moments of like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. Like so much stuff going on. Um, so for the last 2 weeks, for those of you who usually watch the show on a routine basis, first of all, thank you for always tuning in. But I also wanted to say, just to let you know, that the last 2 weeks have we haven't had a broadcast, and partially because I think it's the last 2 weeks, or maybe it's just 1 week. Feels like two. Anyway, last week we did not have a show, but the reason for that was because I slipped out of town and went to California for a week to go take care of some business there, and that was with my with another project that I'm going to be doing this summer as well. And I mentioned that I think a couple of weeks ago, that that I had the honor of writing and directing the summer show for the Young Americans, um, and so I went to go uh, handle some of that business, you know. So yeah, so flew out to California. While I was out there, had a wonderful experience. Had a chance to visit with a number of friends. In fact, I was going to share. It's I was so excited to be there. You know, I was like, it's that whole thing about living in the moment. I was living in the moment so much so that I um, like forgot to take pictures. So there were only a couple times when I remembered, oh yeah, I should be taking pictures right now. um, so I did take a couple of pictures, and I'm trying to actually bring those up right now so that I can show them to you. Um, well, I mean, not bring it on screen right now, but I'm on my second monitor. I'm trying to bring those over, um, so that I will be able to show you in a second. Hopefully, what? Yeah, okay, great. That worked a lot easier than I thought it was going to. So we're getting there. Excuse me, I'm editing as I'm talking to you at the same time. Anyway, what I wanted to share is, um, one, that I got to go on this trip, and it was my first time being in California, I guess in maybe a couple of years. Yeah, it's been a minute. So things have changed so much. It's really, really wild. Um, but let me see. I'm trying to bring this thing on screen so hopefully I can show you. Da. Share, share, share. And now let's see how this works. I'm going to bring this on screen. And I don't know why it's flashing like that. Okay, that's better. So that's my youngest daughter, Kiara. I got a chance to see her. I'm also going to be working with her in two different capacities this summer. So I got a chance to meet with her, as well as a number of other people. Got to see a lot of friends, and so I'll go ahead and share with you these pictures. I think if it will let me do it. Okay, so that's just the office building. That's just showing that I was at the Young Americans office at the college. It's the home of their Young Americans College of the Performing Arts, where I used to teach and direct. And so I had a chance to do that. And my good friend who always tunes in and watches the show here, Mr. Bob Marino, we got a chance to hook up there as well. So that was a lot of fun to get a chance to see him. And if I go to this next one, this was our last night, the last night that I was there. This is, of course, my daughter in the middle, Kiara, and her boyfriend, Charles. And, we got a chance to have dinner that last night that I was there. And so and it's really funny when I look at these pictures because like you can tell I was tired because my eyes were just squint because I was so tired. But I was really, really also very happy to see everybody. Anyway, so that was my little trip to California. So a couple things I want to share with you today. First of all, just in case some of you have to pop off, I want to share two different things. One, I want to talk about the Believe camps that are coming up this summer. Registrations are all already open. We're doing three. We have three scheduled. Bogalusa, July 5th. Gallman, Mississippi, July 12th. I'm trying to do math in my head. And July 19th in Slidell, Louisiana. So those are the three ones that we have scheduled, and we've already begun registering. And I'm going to share some information about that. But I also want to tell you that tonight, free of charge, you are all invited. Everyone's invited who wants to participate, young and old, doesn't matter. We'd love to have you come and participate in our family. We call it our Believe Family Zoom night. So we mean, bring the whole family, and you're part of our Believe family. Just by joining us, and we're just going to have some fun playing some games, talking, sharing some information with you guys, and a lot of it's just playing games and having fun. So we're really looking forward to that. That's going to happen at 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that makes it 4 p.m. On the West Coast. Okay, so if you're interested, when this show is over, I will, unless one of my teammates is one of the Believe directors is on and they can paste it in here, I will paste in here the Zoom link. So it's going to be via Zoom, and all of our directors will be there: Spider, Abby, Nick, Patrick, myself, and other members of the team will all be there, and we'll be just having a blast tonight. Who we have? Oh, my friend Sean Nevius, welcome home. I have so many questions about that trip, but I'm going to talk to you later. My friend went to Hawaii, and I have a lot of questions about that. But good to see you, my friend. So I hope that you guys can join us for that Zoom. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know the last one we had, I laughed through the whole thing. Like, I just could not stop laughing. It was just fun and silliness and just just so nice to, unburden the world and everything else and just go into Believe land and just have fun with beautiful people who care about each other and care about the world and all of that. And it was just simply beautiful. Um, Yesterday, I was communicating with a friend of mine, just kind of back and forth. We were and mainly talking about Believe, and I was saying to her, "Hey, I want you to help get the word out." And she's like, "Oh, of course I will." And I was like, "Hey, is your daughter doing it? Is your son doing it?" And all this stuff. And we were going back and forth. And then she wrote something about Believe that just touched my heart. And at some point I will share that with you. It was simply beautiful, the way she expressed what Believe means, not just to her family but to our community. Um, and she's primarily talking about the Washington Parish Bogalusa community, right? Um, and what she expressed was just uh, actually just brought me to tears. It was truly beautiful, and I shared it with our directors, and they were all just like touched by it. And so at some point, I want to share what she said because I think it's really important for people to hear, especially those who think about the performing arts and who are aware of Believe but never truly experienced it, who think of it and they put it in a box and say, well, that's just entertainment. It's just fun stuff. It's just singing and dancing. There's nothing, important about it. Well, if you participated in it, most people feel very differently that it's designed to be more than just singing and dancing and acting. While those things are important and I'm super passionate about those things, it there's always been a bigger mission and something bigger at play here. And the goal has always been to have an impact on the youth, but also on the community at large. So this year is going to be interesting in that right now we're having to abide by the current COVID restrictions and protocols for our camp. So that means that we're going to be somewhat limited in the number of people that we can have participating, as well as those who can actually watch. But we actually have kind of an answer to that, and I'll share that with you in just a second. I want to say hello to my cousin Glenda. Hey, cuz, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Um, so there's um, yeah, a number of things that I want to share with you that are different. So if you've been attending and been a part of Believe, over the last, what is it, 8 years or however long we've been doing this, I don't assume that everything's status quo. Oh, I know how it works. Like, no, 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 not this year. It's a little different. So registration online for all three locations are active, so you can go online and register, and we encourage you to do that as soon as possible because we are absolutely limiting the number of people. It's going according to the state and according to the venues that are hosting us. We have to abide by their rules. Plus, we just want to be safe anyway. So we are limiting the number of kids per age group per location that can participate. So in the past, we've always said, oh, come on, the more the merrier. And we even say, on the first day, like, especially in my hometown, it's kind of a thing where, like, I'll have so many people registered on my sheet and I'll have my little spreadsheet ready to sign them in. And then I'll usually fill up a whole nother sheet because lots of people just like to show up the first day and just show up, in the morning and sign their kids in then. You're not gonna be able to do that this year. So please spread the word to folks. You're not gonna be able to just walk up the day of and register. We won't be able to take you. So you've got to register in advance online, or if you want to call me and we'll figure out a way to get you registered. Um, and I think there's certain places like in Gallman, I think that they have another system hooked up where you can register by forms and then they'll input everything online for you. Um, for those that don't, uh, that aren't planning to register online, can still do it through the school. But for everyone else, we've got to have you guys register online. And that's also to make sure that we see our numbers, and it will let us know, okay, now we're full up in that age group, or now we're full up in that town, and we can't accept any more after that. And in the past, we've even accepted people the second day, because usually at the end of the first day, kids have had so much fun, and I'll usually at the end of the day, I'll say, hey, look, it's not too late. If you have friends and family members that you think would enjoy this, tell them to come join us tomorrow morning, and they can come sign up. We're not going to be able to do that this time. So I want that to be clear. And it's not that Bruce is being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm trying to be safe. And we're trying to accommodate and follow the protocol so that everyone is safe, and that we are abiding by all the rules. Okay. So I don't think it's that much to ask. Obviously I prefer for you to register as soon as possible. But you have some time, right? You do have some time. We're still in April, and our Believe camps begin July 5th. So just want to let you know some of that information, so that you guys are aware and don't miss out, assuming that, oh yeah, and especially like in my hometown, please don't assume that you can just roll in and go, oh, well, Bruce knows me, it's all good. Nope. We're sticking strictly to those numbers, and you have to register in advance. We're going to have certain protocols put in place, and we're going to have social distancing and different things put in place to ensure, to the best of our ability, ensure the safety of all the kids and everything. And so one of the things that will fight against that is if we have a crowd of people all descending on the location the day of, trying to sign in. That's not going to work. So we have to do it the other way. And I hope that everyone understands that. I was really excited because the moment that I put it out there that the registration was live, and I emailed, the families and stuff of people who've taken the camp before, people started registering right away. So I'm just letting you know, um, if you want to participate, I would suggest you register sooner than later, just because it's yeah, everything that I just said. Okay. And then again, tonight, I would love for you guys to come and join us. Like I said, it's 6 p.m., our Believe Family Zoom night. And the directors have some really cool things planned, and that's really exciting. I was laughing earlier. I'm going to put O on blast a little bit, but Octavius Womack, who is part of our team and one of our partners, he texted earlier saying, "Is it wrong that I'm craving that I can't wait to eat catfish?" He goes, "Is it wrong?" And I'm like, "No, that's a sign of good parenting. You're good." So everyone's getting really excited and really worked up um, about Believe this summer. And one of the other cool conversations that I had, I think it was this morning. Was it this morning or was it yesterday? I don't remember. Either way, no, you know what? I think it was yesterday. Um, I had a conversation with Patrick, our music director for Believe, and we were just talking about plans for the party, and when we're going to meet, and details about our camps this summer and all of that. And at one point, it just got really serious and just said, we were talking about the thing that I'd shared from one of our friends, Miss Angela Lambert, is actually the one who wrote the thing that was so beautiful, that kind of brought me to tears. I shared that, with the team. And so when I was talking to Patrick, I asked him, did you see that? And he said, oh yeah. And he goes, man, if nothing else, that is proof that just goes to show you why we have to continue Believe, because we clearly are making a difference. The kids and the communities that we've been fortunate enough to serve are truly being impacted by what we're doing and what we're offering. And So we have to keep this going. And that's one of the things I love about this team. Um, like that's the thing that always gets me is their dedication to the bigger picture, the big vision of what Believe is getting folks to embrace the possible, getting folks to come together to break down walls and barriers and come together and realize just how simple it is um, um, when you get all the junk out of the way, you know, and uh, and when you just say, you know what, I'm just going to see you for the beautiful human being that God made you to be, and doesn't matter if we know each other or what we have in common or anything like that. Um, yeah. So anyway, so much to that. Miss Karen says we will be there, Bruce. Then it's 1 a.m. German time. Oh, now see, now that goes to show you something. Now that's dedication. My friend is all the way in Germany, and when we start our Believe family Zoom party tonight, she's going to join it. She and her family will be joining us, and it'll be 1 a.m. their time, and they're going to join us. And if I remember correctly, I think Miss Karen joined us last time as well. So thank you, Miss Karen, for that. I appreciate that, and maybe that'll show some folks that, hey, wait, maybe this thing is actually pretty cool and pretty fun, So tune in, join us, and hang out with us. Even if you can't stay the whole time, come in and just say hello to us and, play a game or two, and then, have some fun with us and um, hear from each of the directors and stuff. And then, um, go do whatever it is you need to do. But we'd love to have you come and join us. Part of the reason that we do this is a big thank you to all of the folks who have been part of our Believe family, in that you have participated in Believe in some form or fashion, whether you've hosted a Believe camp, whether you signed your kids up or your grandkids or nieces and nephews, or somebody from your church or what have you, or you're a young person who has participated in Believe in the past or signing up to do it in the future. Come and join us. You're part of our family. If you're part of that community, you may be the folks who help feed our team, during the week, or provide other services or scholarship some of the kids who come in. So we really really appreciate that. That's another thing. I've already been approached. I think our registration has only been open for a week now, and I've already been approached by a couple of different people and entities saying that they want to scholarship some kids. And so that's another thing I want to be clear is that if you're interested in scholarships, you should first of all try to get them on your own, either through your church or what I mean, neighbors, or some other way than necessarily coming directly to us, because it especially this year, it's virtually impossible for us to offer scholarships directly. I've done it in the past where it's actually come out of my pocket, but the truth is, it actually hurts us in the long run if we're the ones offering the scholarships, because we have a big overhead in order to even have the camps that we have to cover. And so every single kid that takes place costs money that goes towards that overhead. And I know it's a difficult thing to explain, especially for folks like if you've ever produced an event or been part of something like that, then you'll probably get it what I'm saying. But if you haven't, then it sounds like, well, wait, you guys are just coming and showing and having fun. Why can't the kids just come for free? Well, for one reason, the people who are coming are taking time away from their work and their financial opportunities and obligations to come and be here. So we have to make sure that they get paid. It costs money to get them here. It costs money to feed them and house them and all of that. It costs money for the materials. It costs money for the travel. We often are renting vehicles. There's all this stuff that goes into it that most people generally just don't think of and process. And that's not bad. It's just that if you haven't done it, you just don't think about those things and understand that that's a lot of money um, that goes towards this. And so for people to simply think that we can just go, oh, let their kid in for free. Oh, let these kids in for free. We would love to. We would love to have as many kids as possible. Obviously, this year we can't. It's going to be limited. So each location has put a cap on the number of kids that we can have. And so much so that we can't even have like the last year that we actually did a physical Believe camp, we had a pretty large team. We had roughly 20 or so people on our team, which was great because it allowed us to service the kids even more, and um, and it created a great deal of flexibility for us in what we were trying to do. But um, since the money coming in is lower, that means I can't pay everyone. So we've had to already reduce our our staff basically in half. So we won't have the full team there. Um, there may be some additional people who come who just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna volunteer to be there, and so some of you may decide to do that, and so some of our Believe team members may decide to do that, but we can only afford to pay a certain amount of them based on the number of kids signing up and paying to take the camp. So you understand what I'm saying? So if we have, let's just say we have a cap of 10 kids, and every dime of that is needed to pay all of our bills and make sure that everything is covered for us to do what we're doing. If we scholarship two of them, well, now we've got a problem, right? If that scholarship is coming from us, so now we still have the overhead. The overhead doesn't change for us. We've still got that same overhead, but we have two fewer income sources to take care of the camp happening. And I actually hate talking about the money and all of that stuff, but like I said, I always just try to be straight up and honest with folks, and and to be as transparent as possible and let folks know that this is what it is. Now, it's really important to us um, that we do this in person this year. We really wanted to make sure that we showed up and were in person and did this. Last year was rough on a lot of folks, and we communicated and we did the best we could by doing our virtual camps, and those were great. Um, but there were a lot of kids that didn't get a chance to participate for various reasons. Some just because they didn't have the same resources to access, and any number of other reasons. But we wanted to make sure that as soon as it was safe to come back, we were going to come back, even if it meant that not everyone could do it, could participate. We want to make sure that we were here for as many people as possible. And I am so grateful for those who, as soon as they got those emails saying that registration was open, I mean, it was like boom, 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 boom. My phone started blowing up with people who were registering. So that's also to let folks out there know the longer you wait, the less likely we're going to have spots available. Because again, as soon as people knew about it, they started doing it. Anyway, again, I want to encourage you all to come tonight to our Zoom party. I'm going to put it in the notes afterwards so that you guys are able to join us. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is just click on the link and join us. Like I said, for those in the Central Time Zone, it begins at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. if you're Eastern Time, and 4 p.m. if you're Pacific Time, and 1 a.m. if you're in Germany. So wherever you are, come and join us. It's just a lot of fun. We're just going to have some fun, and the directors basically lead the whole thing, and they have a lot of things planned that they've been working on for weeks to be put together to make it fun for everyone involved. And like I said, one of the main reasons that we wanted to do this was to say thank you for being part of our Believe family, and also just to share, just to reconnect with you, because we feel connected to you. we miss you guys. I can't tell you how many conversations we've had when we have our weekly meetings with our Believe staff. We talk about how much we miss the communities, and we talk about certain individuals, and we talk about memories of different things that have happened in the past, um, and we just really miss it. Our theme this year, if you haven't already heard, our theme this year is together. So we weren't able to physically be together for the last year. And I guess if you count the last time we were actually together, it's going to be, it's going to really be 2 full years almost. So um, our theme this year is together, and we're going to celebrate because I think what 2020 did for us was give us an appreciation of what it's like not to be together, the things that we took for granted, the people that we took for granted. And we don't want to do that. And so this year's camp's theme will be a celebration of being together and what that means and what people mean to us, and not taking for granted each other and what it means to be in each other's presence. Um, so yeah. Oh, this is my classmate. Hey, Miss Karen McGee, how are you? Bruce, you make all of us believers. Oh, thank you. You were so kind and so sweet. I appreciate that. Um, we that is the goal. It as sappy as it sounds, you guys. It really is the truth that my mission in life is basically for the rest, whatever. I mean, who knows how much time I have left on this planet, but for whatever time I have left, the the goal is to have a positive impact on as many people and communities as possible. That's the goal. You know, have been blessed with this sense of clarity about love and importance and togetherness and possibility and all of this. I've been so incredibly blessed, and you got to share that stuff, right? You got to share that stuff. And too often I see folks walking around or posting things or living lives and stuff that feel like they're missing some of that. They're missing the joy, they're missing the love. And and I want to be a part of sharing that with folks and reminding them what it's all about. And sometimes it's just a matter of stepping back, taking a breath, you know, and really looking and taking everything in. It's like, the old thing about uh, stop and smell the roses, you know, seeing the forest for the trees, all of that, there's something to that, and sometimes we get so caught up in what I refer to as nonsense that separates us, that we miss the beautiful opportunities to experience the things that bring us together. And so um, I want to be an instrument in all of that. You know, um, I've mentioned this before in the show. I think um, that there's a particular psalm that I was always a big fan of. I learned it when I was first heard it and learned it when I was going to Annunciation Catholic School in Bogalusa, and the nuns taught me this song, and then Miss Mary Louise Levy also, worked with me on this song, and I sang it a few times at church. Um, Make me a channel of your peace. I just think it's the most beautiful statement, and it's kind of how I want to live my life, to the best of my ability. And I'm by no means trying to say anything about me being perfect and having it all together or anything like that at all. But I try to navigate those waters. I try to navigate that road in a way that is filled with love and positivity and joy to the best that I can. I definitely fall short, and that's why I count on beautiful people like you and the friends and family members that I have who remind me on occasion. So those moments when I slip and I'm not being the best I can be, and I fall short, that there are folks there to remind me and put me back on track. And that's what we all need, especially people who give. They still need, to have their cup filled too, you know. And so I'm always going to try to be a giver as much as I can. But every once in a while, you need those folks that fill your cup. And so the last couple of days, I've had a lot of that from a lot of different sources, and it just is just beautiful. Um, with the young American, sorry, I said it backwards. With the Believe camps, um, I've been so filled with love, and I'm so blessed to have the team of people that I work with. Uh, they're just incredible, and it's a joy. Like I love those moments during camp where oftentimes I'm running around doing business stuff, and it's and I'm really occupied moving from space to space trying to do a number of different things, and from the production side. And then but I'll have those moments where I get to step in and watch a class and watch these incredible directors that we brought in, these incredible instructors and staff members who care so much and give everything they can to try to make sure that the kids are lifted up and loved and heard. And in those moments when I get to witness that, those are the moments where no matter what I'm going through, because trust me, each of those weeks, there's a whole lot going on, and there's a lot on my plate, and there's a lot that's stressful. And sometimes it's hard to stay in that positive zone because I'm so concerned about, oh, I need to make sure this happens. Oh, um, I need to make sure the food arrives on time for the team, and oh, I need to make sure that this money got deposited in the bank, and oh, I got to make sure these people got registered, and oh, I didn't send out the emails to the next town that we're going to, and all of those sorts of things. So there's all this stuff going on, right? And it's a beautiful thing when every once in a while I can actually stop and remember this is what it's about. This is what it's for. And especially for the performance. When we have that final performance, it's just a beautiful thing to watch those young people, many of which showed up shy, afraid to take a risk, to take a chance. And now they're on stage performing in front of an audience. Now they're on stage doing a solo, whether that's a speaking solo, a singing solo, a dance solo, an acting solo, whatever it is, having those moments when you get to see that happen, just the joy um, and the love that comes back to me as a result of seeing them achieve that means the world. I remember being a young person and the insecurities that I had, and that I still have. Um, I remember those feelings of, the fear of what if I mess up? What if someone laughs? What if? And as a result, there's so many young people who never realize their potential, their true potential, because of that fear. And often, sometimes, because the adults around them feed that fear. They're saying, oh, don't you embarrass me, or oh, don't you do that, or oh, and those are the things that infuriate me when I hear that. And I understand that sometimes it's coming from a place of love, that you don't want to see them fail, you don't want to see them hurt. But what that does is it it puts them in this mindset that sometimes is almost unshakable and unbreakable for the future of oh, I don't want to try that. I don't want to go there. And they miss out on those positive aspects of life, though they miss out on the things that they've dreamt of experiencing because we've shielded them by getting them, I don't know what the word is, but convincing them that they shouldn't try something, that they shouldn't go for it, that, oh, that's not for girls to do. Oh, boys don't do that. Oh, that's like, no, come on, man. Like, let them experience life, and let them experience joy. Let them try new things and new ideas and let them discover all of a sudden, wait a second, I actually do have a talent for this. I do have a propensity for, whatever it is, and we have parts of our whole system that are designed to let them exercise their creativity, to share their thoughts, to let them know that what you are thinking, what you're feeling is valid and important. And we care, because too often we are so busy and we're so consumed with everything else that we lose sight of that, and we lose sight of encouraging young people and rather than discouraging them and letting them know that things are possible. Just when I was in California, had a conversation with a group of friends, and we were discussing that kind of concept of being young and not being aware that, oh, this is something I can do. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, I didn't know that that was a job. I didn't know that that was a possibility. That's something. Oh, I would have, if I'd known that when I was young, I would have gone after that. And that's part of what we're trying to do with Believe, is to open doors, to open their minds, to show them what's possible, and to get them to embrace that, right? Instead of going, oh, that's impossible, or oh, that's going to be too hard. It's like, no, it's possible. If you believe it and you're willing to work hard for it, virtually everything is possible if you embrace it. And again, if you are willing to work for it. I'm not saying that just because something is there that you just automatically get it or that you just deserve it. It's like, no, you have to work for it. But yeah, embrace that though. Embrace that it's possible. It's out there. It's something you can do. I often use myself as an example. It's to say, especially in my hometown, because I know the mindset. I understand the mindset of young people, and older people too, who sometimes think that, well, this is where you're from, so the odds of you making it or achieving something, a certain dream or something, is like, oh no, forget that. That's nonsense. Let that stuff go. No, 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 no. We've had so many people from this little small town of mine achieve great heights that a lot of people would have told them, and probably did tell them, that they couldn't do. I was blessed with parents and teachers who constantly encouraged me. And I am so grateful that they saw in me possibility that I didn't even see sometimes. And I'm grateful for that. I want to say a quick shout out to people who are chiming in. My cousin Sandra, hey baby, good to see you. Um, thank you for tuning in. And then we have Miss Renee. How are you? Let's see. She says, "I love everything about Believe and what it represents." Oh, thank you so much. The best thing we could have had our kids participate in. Oh, thank you so much. And I love having your kids too. I remember your son, in fact, your youngest son, um, not wanting to take camp the first time. Like, your daughter was signed up, and I remember meeting him because he came with you to sign her in. And so he's standing there, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, no, 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 I'm an athlete," which he is, and a very good one. But I mean, that doesn't mean you can't hang out with us and have some fun with us. And he somehow we convinced him to hang out for the day, because like my deal was, dude, come and hang out with us for the day. And if it's still not for you, that's cool. You know, no harm, no foul. You don't have to come back the next day. Well, not only did he come back, he did the whole thing. He did the show, and I think he did a couple of years of shows, of camps. And so I think he participated for a couple of years, and then some other projects that we did. So anyway, so thank you so much for having your young people participate, and thank you for your kind words. That means a lot. And one of those things is that we have to start spreading the word, especially with all these young people who are graduating this year. Like, all these high schoolers, they need to be a part of it. Like, I never usually worry about getting a bunch of oh, Miss Renee says, right, he did. Yeah. And and I think he enjoyed himself. I think he really enjoyed himself. So I know I enjoyed having him. It was a blast. And we've done that a number of times, a number of cases where I convinced, and it's usually the boys, that you have to convince to stick around, because, oh, this isn't for me. I'm like, oh. I'm like, dude, look who's teaching. It's mostly guys teaching. What are you talking about? It's not for you. Look at me. I'm the one running the thing. I'm the one that created the thing. Of course it's for guys. So, but we get that mindset, especially when you've been conditioned a certain way, that, oh, this isn't for me, or, oh, I shouldn't do that, or this makes me this, or this makes me that. No, stop all that nonsense. Go experience something and have fun. And in the process, meet some new friends, learn some new skill sets. Guarantee you're going to learn some new things about yourself that you didn't even know. And then you can take those things and then apply them to other areas, because the performing arts may not be your thing for life, right? And I get that. It's not about that. It doesn't matter if you plan to be a professional dancer or singer or actor or actress, right? That's not really what it's about. Now, if you are, it's a great place to be, and it's a great group of people to be directed by and taught by. It'll definitely help you up your game. I guarantee you that. But if you're not, it doesn't matter. There's so much more to be gained from it. And it always cracks me up that people clearly see, like, for instance, like, they'll encourage their sons to play sports. Even if, like, well, like, what if I said to a parent, yeah, this, my son wants to play football, so I'm going to sign him up to let him try out for football. Oh, well, I don't look how short he is. I don't think he's ever going to make the NFL. So why try? Well, I think most parents will pop back with, well, first of all, he may have a growth spurt. We don't know how talented he is because he hasn't tried it yet. And there's a lot more to it than just, is he going to make the NFL, right? There's so many other lessons to be learned and so much more to be gained from taking part in that activity. The performing arts, it's the exact same thing. And it's so weird that so many people can't see that. That is always amazing to me, that they can make the argument for that thing, but somehow they can't see it in another area because they're so blinded by, well, this is the way it always was, and this is the anyway. So don't get me started. One of the beautiful things about my trip to California this past week was being around the energy, just recognizing how much I miss being around that positive energy and that growth and that love and all of that, and that sense of, I don't know if I can even put it into words, that magic, that's something special. And I tell you, I smiled like I haven't smiled in a while, and I had moments where I teared up, and I had incredible moments of pride and feeling honored just to be a part of it. Um, and right now I'm speaking about the Young Americans. Um, I am absolutely honored to, after all these years, to still be a part, or to be back being a part again. Um, and a lot of it is that same idea of um, wanting to make sure that sharing that love and the magic and the stuff that I got to experience, I want to make sure that that's there for the next group of people coming through. That's what's so important. That's what it's about. And just to be able to be in the room, to be part of that process is such a great honor. And it's one of those incredible things. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I am still amazed at what God does and has done in my life specifically with regard to the Young Americans, in that, you know, one, just being accepted, after that first audition back when I was 14, uh, when they came to my hometown, and uh, being having a chance to spend that summer back in 1979 uh, with the Young Americans, and get to train with these professionals and these incredibly talented people from all over the country. It was incredible. It was an incredible experience, and I thought, well, that was that. When I came back to Bogalusa, after that summer, I thought, well, I'll just hold on to that as a special thing that I got to do once in my life, and that's it. Little did I know that God was up there laughing, going, "Oh boy, you don't even understand. Your journey's just begun. You don't even know yet. You don't even understand what I've got lined up for you." And I didn't. And I can't tell you the number of times that I would then get another opportunity to be with Young Americans, and then think, well, that's the end of that. That was great. I'll hold on to that. I'm glad I got another shot at it. And then there'd be another shot, and then another shot. And here I am, at 57 years old, which is a far stretch from being 14, and I'm back doing it again. This time, well, like other times too, but this time helping to steer the ship, and just honored to be able to do that. And my prayer was just that I am able to do right by all of those young people, and by all of the people that they get to work with as well, because that's what it's about. Um, Smicken says California is a whole other world with an abundance of opportunities. Born and raised there. Oh, okay. I think I knew that, but I've forgotten that. So thank you for reminding me um, that you were born and raised there. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, there are parts of it that's like a whole other world. Um, it's really interesting, though. Really, really interesting. There were certain aspects about it, like the gas prices, that I'm like, no, no, no. I don't miss that. I don't miss the traffic. um, I don't miss the high cost of living. But there are certain things that I definitely do miss. And some of it is just the energy, the positive energy, the uh, some of the open minds, and especially the circles that I traveled in, and the people that I got to know through the churches I attended, through the places I got to work, and all of that, and those amazing people that I've come into contact with. I got a chance. I have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to use this last couple minutes to share one quick story, and then to remind you about tonight. So, one of the other things that I did get a chance to do, I didn't get to see everyone that I wanted to see, but I did get to see my good friend Kenny Morris, who a lot of you know. He's been a guest on the show before, and for those of you in Bogalusa, he's the descendant of Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington, that came and spoke to the kids and everything. So I got to go see uh, him and his family and have dinner and catch up, and it was just the coolest thing. We all had our shots and stuff, so it was really cool for us to get together and know that and we were still being safe with masks on and stuff, except when we were eating. Um, but we just had a blast, and just kind of the same thing, having that surreal feeling and that talk about, man, we've known each other for so long, and how weird that now our kids are friends, and they're going to have that same kind of relationship too. And it all began all those years partially because of this organization that we were fortunate to be a part of. And so, and now I'm kind of, working with him again, and neither one of us would have expected that, I don't think, but here we are, and again, feeling honored and blessed to have the experience and the opportunity to do so, to be part of it, and recognizing that it's not about us, but still, it's still a blessing to be a part of it. Anyway, I do want to remind you guys, spread the word. When this is over, I will plug into the comments field um, about tonight's Believe Family Zoom party. It's going to be on. So all of you who live down here south in Mississippi, Louisiana, who are in the Central Time Zone, 6 p.m. tonight. Okay, I'm going to post it. It's absolutely free. Just come and join us. Just pop in and say hello and play a few games with us. Stick around as long as you can, and just have some fun with us. And if you've never experienced Believe before, this is a great opportunity for you to meet our directors and see what we're all about, and see that, oh, these are some great people. I'd love to meet them in person and get to work with them and all of that. And last little thing I'm going to say, because technically I only have a minute left, but I did want to say one of the other things that's going to be different about Believe Camp this summer is that we will actually have two performances. So we will have a performance Thursday night and a performance Friday night. So normally we have the Monday through Friday, and we normally we'll just have one performance on that Friday night. Well, because of COVID restrictions and the limit of people that we can have in the audience and all of that, we're going to have two performances. So there'll be a Thursday night performance and a Friday night performance, so that the kids, and it's great for the kids because they'll get two shots at it, where normally they do the one show and they're like, oh man, I can't believe it's all over. Well, they're going to get two shots to do their show. So we're really excited about that. That was Abby's idea, and I'm super excited to give them the opportunity. We're always trying to look for what's the best thing for them and what's the best thing for the community. And so we're excited about that. But spread the word. Tell folks to sign up for Believe. It's for those who will be entering third grade, all the way through those who are, I was trying to see if I could copy that. Nope, won't let me copy it. Anyway, sorry, something came on my screen and I was trying to copy it. Anyway, tell folks to go on to BelieveCamp.com. It's scrolling down there below. BelieveCamp.com is the website. Go there, click on registration, and it will take you to a page where you can choose which location you want to register for. And then once you get to that page, it will give you the choices of the age groups. So there's elementary, middle school, and high school. So pick your right age group and then sign up, and it's all good. It only takes a couple of minutes. It's really pretty straightforward. And then as we go along, we will let you guys know information about everything that you need to know to participate in the whole thing. So thank you again for tuning in. Next week, I'm hoping to have my friend who was supposed to do it a few weeks ago rescheduled to join us, Cynthia McGarity. I'm hoping that we can work that out. I still have to talk to her to make sure that we can do that, but hopefully I'll have her on, and I'm super excited about having a conversation with her and having all of you get to meet her. She's an amazing human being and a really, really good friend. So in the meantime, be safe out there. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And hopefully I'll see most of you at the Believe Family Zoom party tonight. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Miss Karen, bringing camp. Thank you so much. Um, it's my honor. It's my honor, you know. And Miss Karen saying, "See you soon." So absolutely, see you guys soon. Thank you so much, and peace out.